What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Flying Dutchman videos. This is my Let's Play of Bioshock Infinite, and if you've been watching you know we've just got made at the raffle because that raffle apparently was a tad bit racist, which ended up in us fighting pretty much the entirety of Colombia's law enforcement. Currently we're still trying to make our way to Monument Island, though that objective is now changed to fight our way to Monument Island, obviously. Later on in this video there'll be a couple of little jumps and fade outs where I have edited the video to cut out some inconsistencies in the audio diaries, because I had some problems with my game install apparently, which caused them not to be played, and some other issues. So in reality, outside of the edits, I actually quit the game, ran check disk and whatever, because apparently that's what Windows wanted me to do, and then reinstalled about 2 gigs of missing files, and then started playing again. So that's why you'll see some little fade outs and stuff like that. So we're fighting our way to Monument Island, shooting some of Colombia's finest in the process, I should say. Not too hard, obviously. I'd originally assumed that, like, because you lose Booker's gun during the ride up in the rocket pod up to Colombia. At least I think it's a rocket pod. I think that I originally thought that would have some significance, but the gun we have now, this Mauser or whatever it is just, we got this off a dead cop. So just blasting up some policemen here. Make sure you watch out for these turrets, because they do whittle you down a bit. So if you still have some salt reserves, make sure you use possess on the. You can just spare the assaults as well, but that will cause you to spend some ammo on taking them down. So it's up to you what you want to do. The letters AD on Booker's hand play into the story in a very significant way, which I won't spoil for you right now. It's something we'll get to much later on in the game, but it is very significant to the story now. I believe it will influence how you perceive the game if you play it for a second time, actually, which is quite cleverly written by the Irrational guys. So this is our first encounter with mini boss enemy type. No idea what these guys are called. Only that they hurl a lot of fire-based Vigors. And this is actually where we get our next Vigor from. Oh, the firemen, that's what they called firemen. So get Devil's Kiss from the firemen and get the ability to hurl fireballs at people, which is always a good thing. Has to be present in any self-respecting Bioshock game. I like these quote-unquote period accurate instructional videos of how to use these Vigors.
That wasn't no sample.
So we're immediately going to put that to good use by firebombing that turret and then doing the it played out trick of using fire spells on puddles of oil. It's a bit obvious they wanted you to do that, because those puddles are so prominently present on the street. And you can immediately pick up some some more salt reserves. So this is obviously a little trial area where they give you the opportunity to try out your new Vigor. So you have to get into this restaurant, escape from the cops, or at least momentarily escape from the cops. Some garbage if you want to pick that up. Actually counts toward an achievement, so if you're achievement hunting, make sure you grab a lot of these trash cans. Some more kinetoscopes, filling in the background story to Columbia and Comstock as well. You don't have to watch these, but like they fill in some of the background, and they'll net. Well, if you provided you get all of them, they'll net you a cool achievement. You need to get these, all of these, and the binoculars as well. So that's that. Let's head into the bar. You can replenish your health. Grab some coin here. And there's the mysterious, our mysterious friends from the rowing boat again. These guys also play into the story in a very, very major way, which I also won't spoil now. I'll hope you figure it out for yourself, but like I will be talking about it in a while. But yeah, they are very, very pivotal to the story.
Life and death.
What was that?
Surprising.
Surprising that it worked.
Surprising that it didn't kill him.
But a magnetic repulsor field around one's body can come in handy.
If it doesn't kill you.
A fair point.
So, let's sneak out the back, grab a little hot dog. Man, gotta eat, even though we're at full health. So use your skyhook to grapple up to these grappling points on the wall. Skip over to the other side. Don't believe there's any hidden loot over here, so you can just progress straight up to this rooftop part and grab your first machine gun and start duking it out again with the Columbia PD. Actually made the mistake of thinking I could sneak up on them doing this. That was not very smart of me. Immediately get respawned. It's weirdly, although there's a lot of haze and smoke up here, they can apparently spot you instantly. Aside from that, they're no match for the player controlled Booker DeWitt here. Get their faces smashed in with the skyhook. very nice effects with lighting and particles and what have you. It's not the best looking game, but like the effects certainly like make it very atmospheric. It's not a great looking game, but at the same time it is a great looking game in a very particular way. Like, it's obviously not going to be like a Crisis or something like that, but it doesn't have to be. Like at this part of the game, the graphics, in my opinion, fit the well, obviously it's gone wrong a bit, but it fit the apple pie Americana ideal very well. This being Bioshock, obviously it's not that ideal. Idyllic, I should say. It's interesting though, like you go into this game, at least if you've played previous Bioshocks, with the expectation that it's going to be in a way like the original Bioshocks, and it is that in a sense, at least in the beginning, but like about halfway into the game it like starts, it really throws you. Like, I won't spoil it again, but it is a really enjoyable plot twist. You slowly start to see it coming, but still it really throws you for a bit. In a sense it's more interesting that way, because aside from being a story about the evils of like really orthodox ideology and things like that, as Rapture was for objectivism and randism, and this is for like the Americana or America as a political or religious ideology instead of a civil ideology. It's really the same thing, unless like and that was what Bioshock was. It was just that. Like it was an intellectual story for sure, but it wasn't more than that. And this really is more than that. That's the great thing about it. Like it works the plot about inequality and class struggle and what have you into something even grander, and that's kind of cool. Pick up some more Vigors here. So down here in this bedroom up ahead is a chest. We can't open that just yet. There's a voxophone giving us a little hint as to where we can find the key, which we'll find out in just a second. Apparently apparently that didn't go entirely well with the editing, but what that voxophone tells you that you can find the key in the Feathered Brothers hall up ahead, which is where we'll be headed in just a while. It's actually crucial to the story progression, so we need to go there. It's not just a sidetrack, so don't worry about not finding the key, because you will find it. It's just up to you if you want to go back and collect your quote-unquote reward from Lansdowne residents. So hook up, get out of here. It's not like you have to keep moving. You can just as well, like at this part of the story, this part of the level, certainly you can just walk around a bit and explore and get some resources. And the game really encourages you to do that, because like the previous Bioshocks, there's the audio diaries. I think there's 60 of them in this game, so if you really want to like get a better understanding of what is actually going on, like backstory wise, it's a good idea to like go around looking for those, because they will really fill you in on what the hell is actually happening. and that gets more crucial towards the end of the game, because the plot gets really complicated in a way, which coincides with the transition to the outside narrative, I'd almost call it, instead of the one about totally nut job religious Colombia. It's hard to actually talk about this stuff without almost spoiling it in a sense. So I have to be very very vague in how I discuss it. So sorry if I'm being a bit being a bit weird about it. So get ready for another fight, because we've been spotted again. This is unavoidable as far as I know, so make sure you have enough ammo and stuff when you get out here, because you'll be fighting quite a bit of policemen. And another mini boss. So notice that the Devil's Kiss fireballs bounce off walls, so be careful in how you aim them. Took a while to actually possess that turret. Chop his head off. There's the fireman. Literally a fireman. You can see if you outside of headshots, obviously the pistol takes quite a bit of hits to actually kill someone. But at this point in the story, you won't have that much machine gun ammo, so at point you'll need to fall back on your pistol. So make sure you always have enough ammo for both, and make sure you know how to work your Vigors, especially at I imagine the harder difficulties. This is on normal, so on hard or medium, I think. Difficulties as hard and 1999 mode, which is obviously a lot harder than just walking through the game like this. Because it has to be said that Infinite is not very hard on normal. It's not that much of a challenge. There'll be points where you'll be challenged by bigger enemies and bigger combat arenas, but overall it's very doable. So if you're looking for a challenge, I would definitely recommend cranking the difficulty up. So that was this little combat arena. All the copper's taken care of. You can scrounge for supplies if you want to. There's a voxophone on that table. As you can see, this is what was the problem I was talking about, because the files I was missing, the voxophones weren't playing. So if you want to, obviously, on your playthrough, these will probably work. But if you're having that problem, make sure you check your, make sure you verify the integrity of your game cage file in Steam, and there'll probably be some missing files showing up, and Steam will automatically re-download those. If you're noticing little issues like that, make sure you do it early, because I didn't. I kept playing, and then I exited the game. I had to take a break, and I got a check disk warning. So save yourself the trouble and make sure the game is running well early. Otherwise, you might run into some trouble, because apparently I was missing a lot of files, 176 or something, by the time I had to run a check disk. As you can see, even trying to play the voxophones from the gameplay menu didn't work. So And that was really all there is to this area. So there's some more supplies over here. Just printing house of the printing company again. I'm not sure if you can blow these fireworks barrels up. That'd be cool, but I haven't tried it. So if you're looking to make a bang, just maybe try and hit some of those. So we're really close to the Feathered Brothers Hall, or the Raven Hall, whatever it's called. And this is where I actually exit the game and ran check disk and everything. So from here on out, all the voxophone diaries should be in working order. So suffice to say, since Colombia is a bit racist, they didn't like Honest Abe too much, and these guys kind of revere his killer, as you can see here. So Wilkes Booth is a hero to these guys. Funny, like looking back at this after finishing the game and like after having played through the individual sections, you notice a lot of things. So I just noticed these guys are like not actually called the Feathered Brothers, but the Order of the Raven. It's not really that important, but like you notice small things like by revisiting the game. It's kind of great. There's really a lot of depth to the game. After you've scrounged the area, go back to the main hall and head up the stairs. That's what I'll do in a bit.
Columbia gave unto the founders the tools to build a new Eden. They did so without hesitation. For 85 years they prepared the way of the Lord. But when the great apostate came, he brought war with him, and the fields of Eden were soaked with the blood of brothers. The only emancipation he had to offer was death.
So this will be the final encounter in the Order of the Raven building, which is these guys and sort of High Priest will have to fight. You can choose to hit the guy from here, but for example possess and let him take care of a couple of his followers that way, so ease your life a bit.
And when the madmans and hypocrites of Washington betrayed him, our prophet did not heal. He did not come crawling for their forgiveness. Like our father. There he is!
It's been noted that, like, I think, I'm not quite sure, but I think depending on the level, if you want to call it that, of your enemy, things like possess will have less effect on them. So possessing that priest might actually last, have less duration than the possessing one of these guys. As you can see, because of the missing files, the game didn't run entirely smoothly at this point, which is also something that gets better later on. Because apparently, even though I re-downloaded 2 gigs of missing files, I rechecked later on, and I was apparently still missing about 22 files. So yeah, something fishy was going on. I don't know what, but after I did that for the second time, the game ran fine. A lot of junk around from these dead cultist. So yeah, as I said earlier, that's the key to the chest in Lansdowne Resonance, as the screen says right about now. So if you want to pick it up, backtrack and then come back to here and we'll continue. But yeah, this is just past the that main hallway, past the lectern, and just head up the elevator at our back and continue the story. No idea what that means in English, but probably something nutty. So a vending machine here if you want to pick up some stuff. You can actually get him to give you some money by spending some salts on casting a vigor. Don't know if that's worth it. It's something you probably need to decide for yourself. I haven't used it that much, but this projection will now aptly describe how crazy these guys are. Phrenology and that kind of stuff. Kinds of shady shady slogans on the walls.
Sweet Mother of Columbia, why do we worship three symbols in your memory? We worship the sword.
So don't immediately go up these stairs up ahead. Just move this bookshelf and you'll get access to some sweet kit in the form of... I think it's random, I think I got pants, so... That sounds a bit odd, but like trust me, it's kind of worth it. Just allow you to customize your gameplay experiences in very, very weird ways. It's kind of like loot in a sense. Loot with special abilities. And that's really it. So just move up the stairs and move on. And watch some nasty stuff happen. Ta-da! That is messed up. So as you might have guessed, this is where we get our Murder of Crows Vigor. Just a bit up ahead. Which obviously we'll have to fight some Order of the Raven guys for. Or more accurately, one Order of the Raven guy. Maybe the High Zealot, but I'm not entirely sure. And his Vigor gives him the ability to teleport for short distances, so every time you only have a short time to actually get hits on him. I think actually possess protects your targets for a while, because they're then considered your allies, and the game has a thing against harming your allies, so it might not be the best strategy for getting this guy off your case. What I did was plant a Devil's Kiss trap and then lure them towards it. That seemed to be very effective. You can then finish them off with a couple of bursts from the SMG.
What's this? A new kind of vigor? That's a hell of a thing.
This is kind of messed up, so. If you use this a lot, you'll notice that your hands will actually spawn little feathers, and you'll get crooked nails instead of the normal human nails. You'll get like bird talons, basically. So that's the effect that has on human enemies. Do note that Murder of Crows, usually it does damage, but usually it distracts your enemies instead of outright killing them. So if you actually want to kill someone for sure, you might be better off using something else. So that's been this part of my Bioshock Infinite Let's Play. Please rate, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think I could improve, and tell me what you liked about it. And I will see you guys for the next part. Later.